Imagine being 22 years old, 3 months into marriage, in your last year of studying biomedical engineering at a major university, taking precautions not to get pregnant only to find yourself pregnant. I lived that reality. After 5 pregnancy tests, all drawing the same conclusion with the darkening of that red line in the window, I had to face the fact that I was pregnant and what was supposed to be my last year of college at Texas A&M. I was commuting there from Austin, where I'd moved with my husband after we got married. We had 1 car, a 1-bedroom apartment, and 1 income, bringing in $20,000 a year. Our plan was for me to graduate, work, save money, and have kids when financially feasible. I cried for 3 days over the news before I got my mind wrapped around the fact that I was in fact going to be a mom. And our plans would not unfold as intended. They were turned completely upside down. Facing unplanned pregnancy was hard. However, I did not believe the lie that has been perpetuated in our society for the last 50 years, that women must choose between having their babies planned or unplanned, and achieving a college degree or being successful. It has been stated that women need abortions to compete academically, vocationally, and athletically. Abortion has been held up as the answer to women's inequality in higher education, athletics, and the workplace. In Planned Parenthood v. Casey, 3 conservative justices erroneously said abortion was necessary to ensure women's capacity to participate equally in the economic and social life of the nation. This position ignores 2 facts. First, history shows us that women's participation increased in political, social, athletic, and economic spheres before Roe. Paving the way for women's advancement were the Equal Pay Act of 1963, banning sex-based wage discrimination, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, prohibiting sex discrimination in employment, education, and public accommodations, the Equal Employment Act of 1972, and more. These advancements created opportunities for women to contribute more equally to our society, and none of them hinged on women's access to abortion. Second, there is no consistent correlation between abortion and women's progress. Women's participation in all aspects of society continued on the path of advancement in the 70s and 80s after the Roe decision came down. However, as mentioned, women were already on this trajectory before Roe. In the last 30 years, as abortion rates fell dramatically, women's progress accelerated. From 1990 to 2016, abortion rates dropped by 46%, while the percentage of women in the workforce with a college degree increased by 70%. The U.S. Census Bureau's economic census showed that in 1997, the number of women-owned businesses was 5.4 million. By 2017, those numbers jumped to 11.1 million. The number of companies owned by Black women in the same 20 years of declining abortion numbers grew by a whopping 467%. Women's college enrollment, law and medical school enrollment, and the number of women serving as judges and justices also substantially increased, even as the abortion rate decreased. Remember that lie I mentioned that women need abortion to advance in our society? Not only does it insult women and diminish our capacity to birth our babies planned or unplanned and achieve great things, the facts just don't line up in support of it. The truth is, women don't need access to abortion to advance in this country. Back to my story. My son, my best unexpected blessing, as I call him, he is now 25 years old. Though it took an extra year, I graduated. That required me to take my son to childcare, my husband to work, and then drive myself back across Austin to College Station, and then back to Austin for all of the pickups before heading home after those long, long days. Before I graduated, our financial circumstances changed. so that I could actually stay home with him, which is what we decided I would do, and later our other 3 kids until they were all in school. While my plan did not unfold the way that I intended or expected, looking back now, I wouldn't change it for the world.